Hello and welcome to my orchid room. I am Michelle and this is Michelle's Life on Repeat. I have chronic illness and some days or months it is a killer, and this is my distraction from the pains of migraines, fibromyalgia, anxiety, heart issues, bladder issues. I got a lot going on. But orchids really do distract me from the pain. They keep my hands busy, they keep my mind busy. So if you haven't got a hobby yet, pick one up. I was watering, came across this Vanda, and she was one of my first Vandas I've ever gotten. And I put her in this container with the holes so that she would dry. But she's kind of outgrowing this. I keep wrapping these around when they're wet, and I keep using the Velcro tape that you can use for plants and gardens and stuff. But I thought I might try to remove her from this container and take you along for the ride. I am sure I will break some roots, and I'm sorry about that. In advance, I apologize. Let me see what kind of Vanda she is. Okay, like I said, she's branched out in places, and I'm sure I'm going to break. I've tugged away some of the wiring that I've used to secure her in here. But yeah, it's all going to be a game of who knows what will come loose. I'm going to start with the ones. Can you see where's my head in the way? I'm going to start with the ones that are at the bottom. I'm so sorry. I love you still, baby girl. Keep growing. You know, sometimes in life we have to cut off the dead things or the dead situations or the dead people that drain us so that we can go forward in life and be prosperous in our souls. So I want this plant to grow forth and go prosperous and get bigger and bigger and bigger and produce spikes. So in the process, she's going to have to lose a little bit of her roots. There's another one at the bottom. I love you, girl. I'm so sorry. Let's see if I jiggled. Does anything come out? Yeah, it's gonna be a hard one. And this will indeed set her back. She has never flowered for me though. So waiting one more year or two won't be any different. I keep watering her, feeding her. She's got a great root tip over here. Girl, I don't want to break the big one, so I'll sacrifice the little piece and try to get the big one too. I'm going to get a little stick and push it through. Hopefully you're not just seeing the back of my head as I lean over. It's not my intent. We'll get this so I can push it in a little bit on that nub where she's got a solid piece of dark wood. There we go. She had a solidness to it. Oh, baby, I love you. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. We got this. We got this. Some pieces over here. Get them tucked out. Out. There we go. Got those. Now we're just working on this big long one here and this one. So let's see if we go up a little higher. Do we go up a little higher? Come on, girl. We're doing another double root here. There we go. Can you guys see that? Yeah, she's coming through. All right, perfect. Now just this long one. Then I can reuse this pot for another one. Phals love to grow in these kind of pots that have open, breezy, dry roots. And one more sticking to the bottom. She was sticking to the bottom there, and we have her extracted. Woo! We got some dead to cut off. One thing I did want to share with you, I know many of you know this, but many don't. The roots are green right now because she has been watered, but they will turn white when she is dry. But the little, this is the velamen on the outside of it, and the root is actually on the inside, still absorbing the water. So it's okay that they turn white. It's okay if you forget to water them for a day. I've gone on vacation and they've survived. But you do get brown ones, and you think that they might be dead, but before you go and click them off, just squeeze it and examine it, because these like to branch out. So you might have a section that's dead, but then there's life growing off one of the limbs, and you cut it and then you just took the life out. So this one looks like she still has some green in her. I'm going to leave her alone. But the other ones that I cut, they're just, me and my big finger there, they are just brown, brown, brown all the way through. So let's look in like this one. She's circled up. She looks completely dead, right? She goes from the top of the root where she touches the main stem, comes all the way down, and there she has a brand new root growing, and another root on top of that right there. So I can't just go snip it off because it's brown. She is still providing nourishment. She was just one of those roots that sat lower in the pot, so she soaked up more water than the rest of the plant and probably got almost soggy dead. But when she would dry out, she would begin to grow her green roots. So there's a way. You don't just go chop it off because it's brown, but I will chop off this one because it's brown on brown. And same with that little nub there. And I'll show you what that looks like. Oh, so I cut it thinking it was fully dead. And look at that. It was green. My error. Hopefully you learn from my mistakes. She actually had green in that root, whereas the first one she didn't. So there you go. Be careful when you snip. You might get your finger. You might get a good root. Where's your advice for the day? Be careful with those scissors. But we've got some life here. That's exciting. This was the big root. I did nip it by mistake, you know, trying to be gentle, but I'm just going to keep loving on her. She did get water already, so I'm going to let that dry out so bacteria doesn't get in it, and I'll let her dry for a couple of days, and then we'll go from there. I'm up on the screen again. I forget. She's supposed to be pink with a pink outer edge, white, and then pink spots. I'm going to find a way to hang her, and I will not take the time to show you all that on the screen. I just want to show you getting her out of that pot. I appreciate your time with me today, and I wish you wonderful blessings for the new year, and be safe. Until we talk again, bye-bye.